Good evening. Welcome to Black Sun Tarot. I'm your girl, Kharma, in the house for... I'm here for the Divine Masculines reading from July 2nd to July 9th. We bless up, and give thanks for all the messages from the highest good, clear messages for the highest good for the Divine Masculine for this week. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing great. I've had a really interesting week. The energies with the retrograde planets, I'm so tired. I can't even recite what is what at this point. But I do know it's affected the technology on my business quite a bit right now. And also it's making me very tired. So I have cleared the energy. We've caught in all the appropriate spirit guides. This is my second reading of the evening, so gang's all here and ready to go. So let me move these to the side here, and we'll get started. So if you're new to my channel, typically I do intuitive readings with these cards, and I usually do a 5-card spread that's pretty structured, and then I sort of go off cuff with the clarification cards and let them come. So just shuffle one good time, or maybe two. I did shuffle before, but just feeling like I've been seeing this High Priestess today quite a few times. Mofos is ascending. Y'all are in ascension. Many people are. They are in the process of ascension. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, we start off with the Hangman energy. So the Divine Masculine could be very much in this energy, where he is removed himself slightly from the picture a little bit, and is trying on a new outlook. Trying to get some wisdom, taking some self-sacrifice to get a unique perspective. Okay, because that's hanging upside down is quite unique, right? And he's sacrificing all the blood to his head. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, it's a bit of a self-sacrifice here that he's doing to get a different perspective. Now, when we left from the last reading, I believe many of the Divine Masculine had left their homes, or had someone leave their home, or broke up, or had divorced, or something very major. So he's in this situation where now he's taking a step back. Okay, because a lot has happened. All right, so let's get to it. We're looking for 5 cards. One will represent the heart of the matter. One will look at the challenges for the Divine Masculine for the week. And then things that are working for him, his ally energy, the effect it has on him, and the possible outcome. So right off the break, the heart of the matter is the Magician. A lot of major arcana with, we just had the Hangman and now we have the Magician. He's manifesting. He is in a manifesting state, focused on what he wants in his life. He is very focused on trying to create, how is he going to create this new life? Okay, because he had to start new with the Fool. And now he's the Magician. So the Fool is 0. Okay, the Magician is 1 in the tarot deck. So he's at that next step where, okay, now started anew. Now I need to create this vision and see myself where I want to be so that it can get there. So that's kind of the state he's in. And that could be why, he's got that Hangman energy, because he needs to step back to get a new, unique look at himself and his place in the world so that he could create this vision for himself. So what's working against him is feeling taking for granted, or taking things for granted, or either he's feeling taken for granted. I feel like he's been feeling taken for granted. It could go either way. For some of y'all, it could be he's feeling like he's been taken for granted, or he feels like he took things for granted. You know, or both. Because you know how relationships are. You know, if someone's leaving a relationship and it's gone bad, usually by the end of that relationship, probably both parties feel a little bit taken for granted at some point in the relationship. That's kind of like how things mirror in relationships. Let's slide this over. Yeah, so that's a challenge for him. That energy of not really appreciating the things that he has or had. You know, and this could be a past energy, an energy from the past, or it could even be now. He may be having things around him now, or opportunity around him now that he's not really seeing with appreciation, because he's still crying and butthurt about the loss of those 3 cups in front of him. You know, so it could be a scenario where he has this, yeah, I mean, look at this. This is a trip. He has this magician wand in his hand and this cup in his hand. You know, so it's like, while he's over here playing magician thing, I need to create this vision of what I have for myself. Here he is with his wand in a cup of love that he can create a brand new vision with, but he's over here looking at these 3 cups that he lost, that he feels like he lost, like he took for granted, and now, you know, he can't hold them anymore. You know, they don't belong to him anymore. But he took these for granted at one point, but now he's taking these for granted because he's focused on these now. So it's like he's not satisfied. So that's a lesson that he has to, a challenge he's going to have to overcome, is learning how to bloom where you're planted. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always greener on the other side. You know, you got to learn how to be grateful for the things you have while you have them, not after you've lost them. So that's his challenge energy this week. And what's working for him is the 3 of Staves, okay? So a sense of adventure and wanting to go and travel and conquer this new feat of his, you know, this new task. And this could also be a sign of teamwork or travel. In this sense, I feel like it could be him reaching out maybe to, you know, some other wand holders here, you know, like reaching out in his adventure to create this new life to some friends or family, you know, and allowing himself to have that another support system, or establish another support system for himself. So I kind of feel like that could go that way. Or they could be just going on adventure traveling, you know, like that's the first thing on the do list, is to go on a trip. Let's take a trip and move it forward somewhere. So, but that's a really good card, really healthy card for him too. So the effect it's having on him is just the opposite of card of what the Divine Feminine had, which is wild. The effect it's having on him is the Devil in reverse, which means he's coming out of a very abusive energy. He's a recovery card. Okay, he's leaving an addiction behind, or any compulsion, obsession, or abuse, or any type of lower energy situation that was tying him. He's finally free from this, and he feels free. He feels recovered from it. So this is a very good card for it to be the effect it's having on him, because he feels it and he feels lightened by it. And the outcome card is the 5 of Coins. in reverse. And this is another very good card that you want to have in reverse. Not necessarily one you want to have upright, but in reverse, it can indicate hope. Like hope returns, more recovery. It could even be a new job or a new home instead of a loss. It's a win, okay, because it's in reverse. So, recovery all around. So this is a great week for Divine Masculine. And can I just say, I feel like he deserves it, because I feel like the last couple weeks, he has been going through the ringer. The ringer. No, I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, I've been like, it's been tough to do these readings. But the Divine Feminine this week, for some of y'all, have a pretty tough week this week. So I'm feeling for y'all this week, for sure. If you're watching, go check out your reading so you can get a sense of what to focus on and what not to focus on. What is worth your time and what's not. And what's safe and what's not. Because that appears to be an issue for some of y'all. Finding safety. So we give thanks for these messages. I'm really happy about this for the Divine Masculine. At least that they have some sense of recovery and release. They're still working with this taking things for granted energy, but that'll come with time. Let's see. Any other clarifiers for the Divine Masculine for this week? Clarifiers for the Divine Masculine for the week of 7/2. Clarifiers for the Divine Masculine for the week. I don't know what's going on with me and my shuffles right now. I think it's getting late. I'm getting tired. Okay, 8 of Swords. So, yeah, he's dealing with this regret, or this taking things for granted. I said regret. There's definitely some self-imposed torture there, almost like I want to be stuck in this feeling where I'm lamenting over what I lost. I have to be, but it really, if you've lost it and it's gone and you've already moved on and picked up another cup, then you sitting in that energy of mourning over it, or, lamenting over it, staring at it and obsessing about it, you're trapping yourself mentally in a trap. Okay, but that's your own choice. You can come out of that 8 of Swords energy. And then we have the Queen of Swords in reverse come out. Why she got to come out in reverse, though? Because, see, I don't like her in reverse. She can be a little bit of pretty cold, nasty kind of person. Dishonest. And almost fearful to even tell the truth, even if she's not being dishonest, she's just withholding the truth. So there's that energy floating around here. I'm not quite sure. And see, we started him with the Hangman energy, okay, with upright, and here he is in the reverse. So staying balanced with that Hangman energy for the Divine Masculine is important, because the tricky part about the Hangman is you can remove yourself from a situation, okay, and sacrifice yourself to get a better outlook. But if you're staying out and removing yourself, and then you're and it's not a self-sacrifice, it's it becomes a thing where you cannot, you're being selfish instead. It turns. There's a sense where it turns, where it's you removing yourself from the world for this new perspective is now selfish. You know, for a period of time, it's self-sacrifice, and it's good for the outlook. But if you stay for that new outlook, it's not a new outlook anymore. It's an old outlook, and you're just being stuck in one place and being selfish and removing yourself from your normal responsibilities. So that is the flip side. All energies have a flip side. There's shadows. There's a shadow side to everything. So, you know, that's the thing about these energies. They fluctuate. They show up on the table. They might be reversed. They might be upright. You really have to read it. Kind of have to evaluate it both ways sometimes, because, you know, it could shift. And when you get it clarification, it is both ways, then that's telling you that it is wavering. It's going back and forth, that hangman energy. So he's tottering as far as it's about time to pull out of it. You know, he's spinning it and he needs to pull out of it. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which is just some misfortune or something that appears to be bad luck. But again, energy's fluid. So this bad luck that he's looking at, and it's right over here with this 4 of Cups still. You know, he's seeing this situation of losing as bad luck, you know, as if he didn't have anything to do with it, or he didn't have any desire for it to be that way. Could that be the case, or could that not be the case? You know, probably not the case, because here we are indicating a 3-party situation. So he was involved in a 3-party situation. He made some choices. So looking at, you know, the mental situation here, as far as not wanting to really invest my emotions in something, because mentally I'm still entrapped by my own guilt and the pain that I caused by my participation in this, even though it wasn't just me, but I participated in this as well, is just my bad luck, you know. And that's this dangerous, selfish hangman energy that's reversed, where you're so far removed that you really don't get a good perspective anymore. And it's just like, this just bad luck happened to me. No, you made some choices. You made some choices. Oh, Jesus. No, I'm not doing all these cards. But I'm sorry. No. We're going to have to get that done in a little bit shorter, smaller chunks of information at a time. It's too late for all that. For me. I am grateful, though. And like I said, I still think it's a good reading, but down to the nitty-gritty, I mean, with the mentals, you got to keep your mentals straight if you want to manifest what you want to manifest. You got to keep your mentals and your emotions together if you want that manifesting to be conscious and not unconscious, and then you just get whatever you want, you know. And here we had the Lovers in reverse and the Knight of Cups, which was in reverse as well. And the Lovers in reverse, you know, obviously is some type of breakup, divorce. And we went through this in the last reading. This could also be regrets about a breakup or a divorce, or arguments or fights. You know, it's discord in a relationship, either way you look at it. But we saw this in the last reading, that somebody left the home, there was a breakup in the family, a divorce. So this is still weighing heavily on his mind. Okay? Because this flew out here right next to this mental prison. So, yes, he's still heartbroken. So even though he's definitely having the courage to, you know, forge ahead, move forward, he's having to look ahead and create a vision, brand spanking new vision of himself. And he's feeling renewed from the unhealthiness of the situation that he was in. And he's feeling like recovered by the new opportunities that he's able to see out of this situation already. But, he's still very hurt. He's still very aware that this didn't work out, and there's a pain in that, especially through society's eyes. You know, it's a failure. It's a loss. And mentally, that's weighing heavily on him. And then this Knight of Cups in reverse is coming, coming like unrealistic romantic hopes kind of like thing. It's like, I don't even want to say unrealistic, but it's almost like not a strong charge in with romantic hopes. It's like, I have these emotions, I have this couple of emotions, but I really, not feeling bringing it to you kind of thing. It's like, I'm not really feeling it, it's not the time for me right now. So that's kind of where he's at. This could even be a little moody type of a personality too. Like, like 1 minute I'm communicating with you, and 1 minute, no, I'm not. And I'm not really even going to tell you why type of situation. Because I'm in my own shit, basically. Sorry, I got to move my leg around. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty decent reading for the divine masculine. I feel like they're still, obviously, none of that stuff from last week has just disappeared. So, sorry. Yeah, so they definitely are still recovering out of a lot of that. But, and like I said, there is progress. There is progress. And where there's progress, there's hope. And where there's hope, there's a future. Okay? So where there's a will, there's a motherfucking way. So I'm going to pull some angel cards so we can kind of see, what that's about with the angel cards. Messages they can... Yeah, I mean, it's still a good reading, guys. I mean, I do feel like there's some renewal there. There's some recovery. There's some relief. But there's still a lot of pain. There's still a lot of regret. There's a lot of insecurity. And, the feeling of taking things for granted and being taken for granted. And also the feeling being victimizing oneself, trapping oneself in their head with their thoughts about, this is just my bad luck. I always have bad luck. I just can't get right. That kind of thing. So the angels say, like I said in the beginning of the reading, which is really optimistic, was victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. So your manifestation stick and power is very strong, from all the spiritual growth that has occurred from a lot of this pain that you're feeling. So continue forward. Omega is a continue, that's victory. Okay, so completion all the way to the end. Okay, so the three angels we have for you is, like I said, Omega, victory. Your desires come into a fruition. Keep going. Okay, so keep going, divine masculine. Do not stop. Okay, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. No, I'm just kidding. No, but don't stop. Don't stop believing in yourself. Okay, don't stop moving forward through the pain, because the tunnel may be dark, but if you stop in the tunnel, you'll never get to the light. You have to keep moving forward. Victory is forward. The light is forward. Don't get stuck in an energy, and don't get stuck in that energy because you'll get depressed. So the next one we have is Layla, who's saying, spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So yes, going out into the earth and meditating, connecting, getting away from toxic people and things that do not serve you, that take away from your energy. Okay? Go to the places where you feel recharged the most. And nature is usually the place for that, at least from my experience. And also being alone and meditating quiet can do wonders for your mental peace. And that's what you need right now, because you're going through so much stuff outside of your control, and things that were in your control didn't work out. So it's a lot of mental grief with that. It's grief, it's loss, so you're grieving. So that's natural. I mean, that's normal, but you can't get stuck there. Like Omega says, you got to keep moving forward, because in actuality, nobody died here. Okay. You, Akasha, you are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. So you have a higher calling here, and that's not surprising if you're on the track with the divine feminine. You both do, which is why you guys go through so much shit. I know, isn't that suck? Like, can we just have spiritual evolution without going through a bunch of crap? I don't know if that's true. Maybe it is true, but to my experience, not so much. So yes, you are a light worker, and you have the ability to be a spiritual counselor, but you have to get there within yourself first before you can impart that on someone else. And that's why you're going through all these experiences. In divine masculine, most of y'all, this ain't new. This whole crazy experience stuff, you probably had this your whole life, where it's like, wow, okay, I'm getting through this. Like, okay, wow, this never happens to anybody, but now I'm going to have to get through this now. So you're used to this. So now it's a point where you're starting to see the power in yourself. Okay, you're starting to see that you are a manifester. You're starting to see that you can create your own vision and make your way and walk into your sunshine and not feel defeated and hurt, and let go of a lot of that pain that you're in. So lastly, I think I'll pull a rune for you guys here. Overall, I think it's a good reading, like I said. But definitely, just watch out for that hangman energy, that you balance that. Because when it's time to come out and make moves, you can't just be hanging. You can't just keep hanging. It's time to make moves. It's time to make moves. Okay? Let's see. I swear I was going to find it like that, but I didn't. And that sucks. Let's see. This one is called Kimi, which is number 6. Yeah, you can hear my 19-year-old son is in his basement apartment with his friends while I'm out here trying to do readings. Okay, so how does it go? Almost looks like one of them characters from, I can't remember, but something. There's a character from something. Anyway, Kimi is the name. Death or skull. White world bridger. The eye is closed to represent the sleep of death. The jaw represents an opening into the individual's soul. The teeth carry the potential of the individual from its ancestry on to future generations. Essence. Kimi is the completion of life as humans know it in a physical vessel or body. Kimi encompasses the mysteries of death. The skull symbolizes what is left behind after death. It represents that which is human and cannot be destroyed. What the skull symbolizes remains forever available to future generations. Those affected by Kimi's presence may be aware of ancestors, both their own or those of others. Kimmy may, bring to your awareness the immortal spirit within and beyond the human body. On Kimmy days, you may choose to remember your ancestors, appreciate what has been passed on to you, and remember that a part of you lives on forever. So that's Kimmy. So that's death, and I feel like it has a lot to do with the knowledge behind, or the spiritual awareness of souls behind death. And this does kind of confirm the fact that you're a spiritual teacher. But it's also relates to the divine feminine's journey as well, where she is actually going through a death transition. So, you know, it's all related. You guys mirror each other. So that's possible that you also are going through a rebirth in all this that's going on. In all this, there's a rebirth there as well for you. So hope you guys found the reading useful and that it resonates with you. For those who it does, please like and subscribe. I appreciate everyone who does like and subscribe already. You can share my video. If you would like to have a personal reading, you can email me at the email in the description box below. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can hit me up on the Cash App tag that is in the description box below. And I hope that you have a very good week. Stay strong out there. Don't let those thoughts get to you in your head. You know, stay strong with those thoughts. And remember to stay balanced in your power to manifest. Peace out, guys.